Welcome back to the Fox Robbins Business Show. Great to have you back. Come on in. This is the Fox Robbins Show. We talk about small business. Question is, what about small business? Everything that crawls and walks and runs with regard to small business, we're here.
We touch it.
Are you just thinking about small business? Are you starting up a business, or you got businesses up and running, going great or not going so great, or you want to make changes, or you just want to listen to the experiences of others? Whatever your mindset is, we're ready for you.
We've got over 10 years in experience, right?
Something like that is. And so, Fox Robbins Business Show, I'm the co-host, Bill Fox, but the other co-host is, and this is somewhat amazing, but this guy is inspiring. And there are many people who would say that.
Yeah. Perspiring?
He's certainly absolutely conspicuous and penetrating. Well, wait a minute, this is a family show. It's Coach Robbins.
Mr. Bill, how are you?
Coach, we want to talk to you about symbols.
Logos, symbols.
Now, we've talked many times till we're blue in the face about building a brand, and really company, corporation, not for profit, whatever you are, you need to build your brand.
It's the most valuable asset you will have over the long term.
Now, the thing is about what Coach is going to talk to you about is that we're going to talk today about the brand symbol. And you say, aha, that's it. For building my brand, all I need is a symbol. That's it. I'm all done.
Wrong.
Is that wrong, Coach?
That's dead wrong. I know some real lousy companies with some really cool logos.
Right, a symbol is nice. It's I think a necessary piece of the puzzle for building your total brand image.
To a customer, it is the representation of the entire experience you get by giving your money to that company.
Yeah. And so today we're going to talk about symbols.
Yep.
And we're going to, what we want to talk about is, in this case, we're talking about, in this episode, we're talking about symbol change. Is that organizations that start out and have a symbol but want to change, they want to switch canoes in midstream.
Mm-hmm. And get more modern, get more update without losing their history. If it's a good history, if you've got a lousy history, you might want to lose it completely.
But it can be tricky, and anybody who knows canoes knows that if you want to, switch, canoes in midstream, you could easily fall in the river.
Very easily. They're very tipsy.
So we're going to talk about symbols, and some that worked and some that didn't. And you better be, the message is you better be careful and thoughtful about it. But Coach, I'm going to hit you up first on, there's one that's is before and after for best tunes. And it was the going in, the before symbol for this organization called iTunes was beginning to look a little passé as of 2010 with an outdated. It has a CD.
Yeah.
Anybody know what a CD is? I mean, that was a.
It could almost, to me, represent a 78 RPM long playing record, but that's before my time.
Yeah.
Not really. Yeah. I mean, it could look like a record, a 45, a 78, but of course they thought of as a CD, which nobody uses anymore.
Yeah. And it had the notes.
Yeah. Well, the note is good because it denotes music. That was good. Fortunately, they kept that.
And so the after, though, Coach, look what they did for the change which was the authors of this piece think instead of burning CDs, they were mainly downloading from tracks, so to speak, on the internet now.
I got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of songs on this thing.
So the disc icon looking obsolete, but the latest logo is very simple, and it's a a musical note.
Yeah, which denotes the fact that it's about songs. No, I think that was a great change, quite frankly. I mean, it was pretty good before, but of course it became outdated when CDs went bye-bye and everything went digital beyond the CD. And it's simple, it's colorful. I like it. I give it an A, quite frankly.
Message.
Yeah.
Well, let me switch your attention to another one that's well-known, Marriott.
Yep.
Hotel, motel, whatever. The before ad on the lower right is the old Marriott with a symbol, and the new one on the upper left. What's your take on this one?
Well, I like that because the word Marriott, of course, in the old one, it got to be a little bit dated, but yet they were tying it to a symbol. We're not going to talk about it, kind of like what Nike did originally when they had the word Nike inside the swoosh. Eventually, they just dropped the word Nike. They don't need it anymore. Everybody recognizes the swoosh. And this is what Marriott's trying to do, is they're trying to get everybody to recognize that very graphic M,
That M,
meaning Marriott. And I think they did a good job with it.
Okay. It complements it's a stylized symbol.
Yeah, and it denotes
lettering.
luxury. Yeah, it denotes luxury.
Luxury.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you're okay with that?
Yeah, very much so. I think it modernizes it, and yet they still have the word Marriott in nice block letter underneath, but it's very pale in comparison to the bold logo. I like what they did there.
Okay. Well, let's try you out on the zoo. I'm not talking about your home.
No, it's different. Yeah.
This is San Diego Zoo,
Been there.
and the before symbol, the older symbol, is on the lower right, and the newy up design is on the left. What do you think about this one? This was.
What do I think about the old logo?
It was supposed to be the older one was supposed to be was thought of as a boring.
Oh, San Diego Zoo. I mean, it's not a logo. There's nothing there. The only thing that even comes close to representing some kind of a symbol is the color, and I'm not sure what the color denotes, but it's not bad. No, the new one is excellent. I think it looks like a paw print. I think it's very clever.
Okay. All right. Well, let's try you out on the next one. This is TV. The before symbol is on the lower right. The eyes. Lady and lady with eyes, eyeshadow, I guess. TV you can't ignore. The newer one is upper left. What do you think here? Is this a change for the better or not?
No.
No.
In my humble opinion, I don't know what the author thought. Am I crazy about the original symbol with the eyes? No, it's too busy. It's not really a good logo as far as I'm concerned. And they did simplify it, but I think I took it too far. I think they made it, quite frankly, mundane, boring, just block letter WGN America. I hope they didn't spend 50 grand to get somebody to design that logo.
That's like going back to the old sign for the zoo.
Yeah, I think it stinks, quite frankly.
Okay.
I'd rather stick with the other one, the older one, because
Well, the older one with the young lady with the eyes, sexy eyes or whatever, was supposed to be sort of comic booky, like a
little creepy
comic
too.
book.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
all right.
I don't like
Well,
either one. I'm not crazy
what
about
are you
either
saying?
one.
Would you have kept that or what?
I wouldn't have kept the old one, but I wouldn't go with the new one either. I would have rejected the new one, to be honest with you.
All right. Well, let's try one on you here. This is BNSC. That would be now we've jumped across the pond. This was the British National Space center. BNSC, and the old symbol on the lower right, and the updated one on the upper left.
Yep.
What do you think about that one?
Well, quite frankly, I do like the new one, the UK Space Agency, better because it denotes something, moving forward fast, very quickly. I wasn't against the old one, but obviously they changed the name from the British National Space Centre to the UK Space Agency, which I think is a better delineation. But the old one wasn't too bad, but the symbol of the Earth, if that's what that green thing is supposed to be.
Yeah, that was on the old symbol.
Yeah.
The author of this piece says it was an uninspired planet symbol.
Yeah.
A green thing on that.
I like that arrow shooting up and away like a rocket ship. I like that. I think and plus, it's the United Kingdom, it kind of looks like their flag almost.
The Union Jack,
which I like very much.
Red and blue. Yeah.
I like it a lot. I like the new one.
Okay, let's try you out on CNN. This is CNN on Espanol.
That's the only Spanish I know.
Oh, see, peso. You know peso.
Oh, that's right. I know peso. That's 2 words.
So the old one is lower right, and the updated one is upper left. What do you think about that change, Coach?
I think it's very clever. I think the what do they call that thing? That little swirl. I forget what they call that, but that's used in a lot of Spanish words. That little swirl you see above is common in some Spanish typography. I'm not sure everybody would know that. I'm not sure I would recognize that as something. I think, but then again, I'm not going to be watching the Spanish channel because I don't speak Spanish, unfortunately. So I think for the target audience that they're after, which is Spanish-speaking people, I think it's well done. I think people would say, "Oh, that's pretty cool."
They say here, that they wanted to shrink the old one. I mean, make it more of a bullet, and so taking the on Espanol out.
Yep.
But taking that
tilde, that's called TILDE. I just read it. I didn't know it.
It's what?
TILDE, supersized tilde. TILDE. Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I read it. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, I think it's great because Spanish-speaking people would, catch on to that immediately. And that's your target audience, so that's perfect.
Okay. Here's one that'll jump out at you immediately as one of your favorites, I think, is FedEx.
Yep.
The old, used to be the before symbol on the lower right, Federal Express. The newer one, FedEx.
Yep. FedEx.
Upper left. Are you with it on this one?
Totally. Because it was the general public that picked up the word FedEx or created the word FedEx, and people were calling it FedEx as a short version of the words Federal and Express. And the original Federal Express logo was okay, but it was not anything special. The new Federal Express logo, which is unique color, kind of a purpley blue and the orange, good colors. But what I love about the new FedEx logo, which a lot of people don't see, is the arrow in white between the E and the X, meaning things are going forward and getting there on time.
The E, between the E and the X, there's a implanted arrow.
Exactly. And yet it's just white space. But if you look
clever,
at it,
Coach.
it's an
Very
arrow.
clever.
I think it's one of the better ones, quite frankly.
Okay, so we get a plus. You're with that one.
Totally.
Next one is a government agency, the Peace Corps, dating back to the days of John F. Kennedy.
Yep. And the new one.
And the older Peace Corps symbol, lower right, and the updated one is the upper left for the Peace Corps.
Yep.
How do you like? You know, like?
I don't like busy logos, period. If you go way back to Apple's original logo, before, the apple, bitten apple and silver, the original logos for Apple, the logo for Apple was Isaac Newton sitting under a tree and the apple's falling, or he's holding the apple, and it's just too busy. It's not a logo, it's a picture. I don't want it to be a picture. I want it to be simple, not too simple, but simple enough so it denotes something. This is too busy. The word Peace Corps, USA,
Well, it's a government symbol. It shield.
Yeah.
The old one, the old symbol, it looks like a government shield.
It does. It does.
That would be used by many of the government departments.
FBI,
FBI,
IRS.
Defense Department of
Don't
Defense.
panic. IRS, right? Yeah. No, I love the
But
new
the
one.
new one, I think you like it because it kind of jumps out.
It does jump out at you. Still says Peace Corps, of course, but it's off to the side. But obviously that's a dove, a white dove, and that's a symbol of peace. And there you've got the red, white, and blue, which you had in the original one. But I like it. I like the new one. I think it's much more modern. And, eventually they may be able to drop the word Peace Corps the way Nike dropped the word Nike in the swoosh. That could just alone, that circle dove there with the red streamers off, it could just eventually be the Peace Corps.
Now I'm gonna turn your attention to baddies. I mean, the ones that are supposed to be not so good.
Either one, the old one and the new one, they both stink.
This is the turning to the baddies, the ones that are supposed to be stinkers. Lower right, this is for Gap. This is clothing, and the newer, the change, the hot modern change is on the upper left. Coach, what do you say about that?
I hate them both. I think they both stink, quite frankly.
That's pretty harsh.
It really does. They intended to replace the top one with a little bit of a lower case A and P, and I don't know. I have no idea what that blue square. It's not even the same color as the big blue square. I know they tried to, keep them together. The big blue square meaning Gap, but the little blue square is out of place. It's wrong. It's not even the same shade. I don't like it. I think they should throw them both away, hire another ad agency, and come up with a new logo altogether.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I don't know what they got. What did they get for making that change? What did they earn, or what did they gain from making that change?
I think they scrapped it, didn't they, originally? I think they've gone back to the original Gap, but I don't know what they've done. I'm not up to speed on exactly. I just know that I don't like either one.
Coach, I want to turn your attention to a fairly new player, actually. I mean, some of the ones I've talked to you about previously, been around 20, 30, 40, 50 years, I don't know, whatever, name it. Here, this is fairly new. This is called Airbnb. It's an internet phenomenon for rental property.
Yeah, private homes, register on Airbnb, and you go to somebody's home, rent a bedroom for, $100 or something. Yeah. Right. Airbnb is very popular, huge.
With them out of the bedroom. I mean, it's,
right.
You rent
it's kind of a, kind of a B&B.
Well, the before symbol is on the lower right. The newer one, the revised one. This is supposed to be a baddie. Coach, what's your take?
To be honest with you, I didn't mind the original Airbnb because Airbnb connotes that somebody's going to blow up a mattress on the floor, which of course not necessarily they're doing. You're renting a bedroom. Airbnb, I think, the original one, fluffy looking. A lot of people, said it was a nice bubbly blue woodmark. I liked it. They decided in 2014 to modernize it to the new reddish pink one, and I think the lettering is boring. I have no idea what that paper clip is supposed to delineate. It looks like a paper clip to me, a badly sprung paper clip. It's a lot of people, they call it bellow. It's supposed to be some kind of a denote universal symbol of belonging. I've never seen it, never heard of it. It looks like a paperclip. I hate the new one. I really don't like it at all. I think they got to go back to stage one. And if they really want to change away from Airbnb, I happen to like the script. And if you really want to force that paperclip thing, bellow, onto the logo to try to simplify it later like they did with the Nike swoosh, I could live with that, but I hate them.
All right, so
I like the original one better. But I'm not crazy about it, but I like the original one better.
So you got them flunking, you got them flunking the test.
They flunked again. Yeah, this is another flunk. Worst and worst.
All right,
Worst,
I'll try one.
worse and
This is
worser.
going back to an older name.
Yeah.
This would be Tools,
Yeah, Black & Decker.
Black & Decker.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. The before symbol, lower right. The newer update on the upper left. And did they make the grade with you on this one, Coach?
No, they flunked. They flunked again. To me, keeping the word Black & Decker, what I really liked about the old Black & Decker was that hexagonal nut to the left of it. It kind of symbolizes...
Are you talking about me?
No, I was talking about something here. You're a different type of nut, and I'm third type of nut. But this nut, to me, meant Black & Decker. And I knew about that thing supposedly delineating a nut. And this new thing with the rectangle and black plus Decker, I hate it. This is one I flunked the worst. I think this one really stinks, quite frankly.
You don't
It's
like this
bland,
one at all.
It's generic. It has no distinctiveness. And number one, the advertising agency that sold this to the C-suite executives, if I were the CEO of the company, first guy I'd fire is the CEO of marketing. CMO. Really? You picked this? Get out of my office. Horrible choice.
Okay. Now this one, I hope a lot of you may recognize. This is another internet phenomenon. It's called Career Builder. It's for job search.
Yep.
The original logo on the lower right, the updated one on the upper left, called Career Builder, Coach.
Yep.
What's your take here?
The original one was simple, uncomplicated, and again, it didn't have a symbol. I keep going back to the Nike swoosh with the word Nike in it or the word Amazon now with the arrow underneath pointing from A to Z with a smile. And eventually, I would hope that Amazon just is able to use just that lower little thing. We'll show that in another show.
Yeah.
But the new one is just too darn busy. The green, the blue, I don't know what that's supposed to delineate. I have no idea. You can't ever drop the words Career Builder and just go to the C with the yellow, the blue, and the green in it, because that just isn't going to cut it.
Yeah.
I think they need to go back to the drawing boards on this again and find something better. It just totally missed the mark to me. They just got carried away with too much busyness. They're going in the wrong direction. If everybody else is trying to simplify the things to become just a logo and a symbol, this one went in the wrong direction.
All right. This one, Coach, is another internet phenomenon. Many people are using this service. It's called Netflix. It's for movies.
Yep.
And the original logo on the lower right, the update on the upper left. Are you sold on this one?
No. I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings, but no, I'm not sold on it. Again, I think it's oversimplified, and there is no reference to what they really do. There's absolutely no tie to what they do, which is rent movies. The old logo kind of looked like a Hollywood typography, with the black outlined letter and everything.
Yeah.
I'd like to stay closer to that. What I do like about the new Netflix is it kind of looks like a TV screen almost, or a movie screen, kind of like, the shape of it.
Yeah.
But it's too simple, and no, I don't like either one.
Doesn't light your
But
fire.
again, the new one I like less than I like the old one. They went in the wrong direction, in my opinion.
All right, now I'm switching you to, now this is a long-standing company, believe me, this goes, I
Merck,
think they go
yeah.
back to the 1800s as far as I know.
Yeah, right.
But this is drugs, big pharma.
I think they're on drugs, whoever they hired to do their new logo.
The
yeah.
worst, the old symbol on the lower right, the new updated one on the upper left. Take a look at that one, Coach, and tell me what you think.
To be honest with you, I like the reference to the DNA in the old one. Those are the red and the yellow and the blue. I kind of like that in there. I'm not against the new font, but it just doesn't say to me what the company really represents, which is a drug. It's a pharmaceutical company, and I just don't like the new one. I'm not crazy about the old one, maybe combining the two so that eventually you could just put an M with some DNA symbols around it and again, simplify it down, but I think they missed a mark.
No sale?
No sale.
What about this one? This one is sci-fi. This is the before ad is on the lower right.
Yep.
The newer one on the upper left. Are you buying this one?
No, because again, what's wrong with the symbol? It kind of looks like Saturn to some degree. The original one had kind of a symbol that eventually you could use and leave it sci-fi. I like the font, SYFY. I like that, but I think I'd like to combine that with that logo up top and maybe go with that. But and then again, on second thought, I'm not sure I like the misspelling of sci-fi.
And last but not least is this is an airline,
Yeah.
travel airline called Spirit Airline. The older symbol on the lower right, the newer, the renewed symbol on the upper left. What do you? How do you go for this one, Coach?
This by far.
You're laughing.
I am laughing. This by far is the worst one. But it is, if you've ever flown Spirit Airlines, and I have, they're a disaster to start with, but this is a huge mistake.
Well, then the symbol reinforces
It
that.
reinforces the fact that you're going to get a cheap seat cramped in, and they'll lose your luggage, and then you'll get it back, and it'll be destroyed. And that's what happened
And
to
no
me.
peanuts. No.
And no peanuts, no nothing. This is not an airline I'd ever fly again anyway.
All right. Coach, thank you. Those are some baddies and goodies, showing you, Coach is really talking about how important a symbol can be in the building of your
brand.
total brand image
Right.
and so forth. And we're all Fox Robbins shows are uploaded to YouTube, so feel free to go to YouTube, go to the search box, type in Fox Robbins, FOXROBBINS, just one word, Fox Robbins, and pop to the library and pick a show that is of current interest to you. And we will see you guys next time.